Imagine trying to do such blasphemy like poison the teacher. Couldn't be me.
Gotta keep a pop with a red ribbon on me. Fly away on the bus, headed up the
What's up, chat? I don't know why we up this early or this late, but we up, so. What's up, though? So, today wasn't fucking too long. It was alright. Some easy work, man. I can't wait to start doing all like this. But yeah, we chilling, man. If you are watching, don't hit that follow button for me.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform. Describe what you want.
I'm high, he's drunk, he done made that splat all over my back seat. Beavis and Butthead outside the car trying to fight over a glizzy. Back in freshman year of college, I had a friend that was wild. Yeah, she was the young and the restless. We're not gonna use her real name, we're gonna call her Becca. All she wanted to do was have fun. You know, the usual college mentality. Smoke, drink, party, get her back blown out at the end of the night, cause she was finally free from the clutches of her strict parents. And you know what they say, the stricter the dad, the wilder the daughter. Now in the college scene, a girl, a guy like this is normal. So I expected the wild part. And sometimes when she wasn't being a head ass, she was a vibe. But when she was being a head ass, which was 90% of the time, she was very selfish and reckless with her words and actions. As long as something bad didn't happen to her, she didn't care. She said something so delusional and ignorant one time that I booked my own therapy appointment. Plus, she was a hot Cheeto girl, which made things even worse. Y'all know what type of girl that is. They always sit in the back of the class eating 30 different varieties of chips, messy bun, 12-inch nails. The color of her tongue is either blue, red, or green, depending on what lollipop she's been sucking on that day. Her Snapchat score is probably 300,000. The big eyelashes with the hoop earrings and the baby hairs laid down to the T. Loud as hell for no damn reason, and they always keep either Jordan 1s, 11s, white Huaraches, or Air Forces because they ready to fight 24/7. I remember this one semester, she hired me as her personal Uber. She said she paid me $40 a day to drive her anywhere at any time, which left me kind of concerned because my family ain't rich. She ain't got a job, so she had to have been moving something to accrue them type of funds. And I ain't talking about that ass. I only know 3 things you can do with $40 minimum. Lose your virginity, get a full tank of gas, or buy 10 chicken sandwiches for the week in your dorm so you don't gotta eat that slop at the cab. I'm about to puke right now just thinking about it. So I shrugged off the concern and took the job. All I gotta do is get her from point A to B? Say less. Now here I am, a side job. I thought everything was gonna be good. Completely unaware of how deep this rabbit hole was finna get. Cause every time I did my job right, something always went left. All was good for like 2 weeks. She was on her best behavior. Every time she got in the car, it was a vibe from A to B. I was making so much bread on top of the job that I already had that every time I sat down in class, I'd purposely make paper origami just to have my teacher come up and ask me what I'm making. I said, more than you. 3rd week roll around. She getting a little too comfortable. One day she texts me at 3 a.m. talking about she need a ride. I said, it better be to the bank because I'm gonna need an extra tip for me waking up at these type of hours. But this is what I signed up for. So I get my keys and I dip. I get to her location, which happened to be at a club. She get in the car, but not alone. Somebody got in with her. I said, whoa, hold on now. This ain't no public transportation. I only see 1 golden ticket for the Polar Express, not 2. Becca, who is this? Call me Mr. Krabs. Gas ain't cheap. He gotta pay. She slid me $30 and said, don't worry about who he is. Just take me to his house and gave me the Addy. Now, my first thought was to check Shouty for disrespect in this car that I reside in. But that $30 told me otherwise. It told me to shut up and keep driving. I was a broke college student. Y'all don't understand. I needed that $30. There's a lot of things I wouldn't do for $30, but this just happened to be tame, so I'll let it slide. Dude in the back, he was real quiet too. I already knew what was finna go down because she had on a hoodie, a bag, and some leggings. If that don't scream Dooney Land, then I don't know what is. Plus, I ain't never seen him around school. He must be a local or something. So I drop her off. Next day, she texts me talking about come bring her back to campus. I get up there, she looking out the window like she on cloud 9. I say, you had a good time? She like, shh, and slid me another 30. I don't think y'all understand. That money she was giving me had me on lock. If she told me to jump, I'd say how high. Now the 4th week was when life took a 180. I had to put my 2 weeks.
All right, nice.
One day she hit me up literally right after I was done fasting, talking about she need a ride. Meet her at the side of the main building. Now, I ain't ate nothing in 24 hours. So
All right, y'all can hear me.
I ain't have no time to stop.
But yeah, man, like I was saying,
my dormitory was fresh out of snacks.
don't be sitting there watching and not following, man. Help people out, man. I'm trying to grow this shit. Like, I'm trying to
she get in the car, but not alone. I look back, I'm like, Becca, what the? Is that the janitor? She's like, yeah, what about it? I'm like, hold on now. Both of you got me 50 shades of fucked up.
If you do watch my stream,
listen, brother, man, I know
that
you are a
shit.
janitor, but right now it seems like you trying to
Follow
get
me
more
on
than the
all
floor
platforms.
wet. Right on, brother. But that's besides the point. I don't know if she told you the rules or not, but
I'm
take
finna start
smoke in
like
my
getting
car,
into how to
especially
use
not
fucking,
cigarettes. You, have you lost your mind? Why you
shit,
keep bringing these random folks around when we agree only you? She like, I ain't got no extra money this time, but I do have food to compensate, which caught my attention because I'm hungry.
It's a fucking music app, or it's a it's a music application that you use, and it's actually like fucking on fire. It's called FL Studio. If y'all know what it is, FL Studio. But yeah, I've been using these other little applications. Like, I know how to, if I had to, like, but like if I had to, I know how to make a beat. Like,
you know what? Whatever.
fucking easy.
So y'all lucky I can handle these. Great Sage. How long is this gonna take before it kicks in? I had to hurry up before the high kicked in, but that's not even the worst part. Bro reaches in his bag and pulls out
learning
like
that's these different fucking systems and shit. Like, that's hard.
She like, yeah, we're going on a date back to his house. I'm finna get lady too when we get there. A date.
Oh shit.
Yep.
Yeah, man, hit that follow button, follow.
Have you ever
Be
heard
commenting
of
and not hitting that follow button. Hit that follow button.
I got a feeling this is one night she won't stand. Bro, 5 seconds later, I hear a girl outside of the car talking about Antoine? Who's that big dude you're in the car with? Instantly, my heart dropped down to my ass. Dude didn't even say nothing. He just looked at her and sat there in silence. Becca looks at her, she like, and who are you? And gets out the car. I knew then and there that it was about to go down. What the did I get myself into? I didn't realize how much time had went by. Like, we've been sitting there for a minute, so I already knew what was coming. As those two were outside arguing, I felt the world getting a lot slower and everything starting to get 3 times heavier. I was like, yep, I hope she got an Uber because this little piggy ain't going nowhere. Bro, I look to the back of the car. Bro is slumped over and throw up is all over my back seat. I'm like, what is going on right now? I'm high. He's drunk. He done made that splat all over my back seat. Beavis and Butthead outside the car trying to fight over a glizzy. He not even conscious enough to care. I ain't have time for all of this. Like, food was not enough of compensation for all of this going on. So I was like, you know what?
Yeah, man.
Why does this keep happening every time she gets in the car? You know what? Never again.
Hey, listen.
He drew that. He for sure.
This isn't just any chat, it's ClickUp chat. Sure, you can tag your team, ask questions, and even drop an emoji. But the real magic is how it connects to the rest of my work. I can tag a task, a doc, or a whiteboard, everything I need in one place. This goes both ways. Chats can also be referenced inside tasks to let people join in on the fun. A chat might be connected to a project, so I can see my lists, dashboards, and docs side by side, making it effortless to reference what I need. If my boss has an ask, I can turn his message into a task instantly. This will automatically include full context and link so no one gets lost. And get this, I don't even have to do it myself. My AI agent can create the task for me if I happen to be away. When chat is connected to the rest of your work, magic happens.
The Tempur-Pedic breeze makes sleep feel cool. So no more sweating all night or blasting the air conditioning. Because the Tempur breeze feels up to 10 degrees
Things
cooler
people don't
all
believe
night
in.
long. Find cooler sleep
Little
with
green
the Tempur
aliens.
breeze collection at an absolutely new
Bigfoot. And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite
Ah, yes. Discipline, the force that builds character, respect, and if done properly, doesn't turn you into a dickhead around elders like some people I grew up with. So when I was 10, back in my hometown, there was this white boy down the street that I used to hang out with outside from time to time. We're gonna call him by his nickname I gave him, Gizmo, because he acted like one of them little gremlins from, well, Gremlins. We were street friends, but we were from two different worlds. For example, all the basic home training and discipline I got growing up, he had the opposite. Why? Well, because his parents were pussies. Ain't no way I'm treating my parents like he did and not ending up on a t-shirt. Ain't nobody gonna slide for me. Bro, I'm an adult and I still say yes ma'am, no sir. The first time and last time I ever seen this thing in action was the day that he asked me to have a sleepover at his house, and it was also the first time I done ever went over the stereotypical middle-class white person's house. So everything that I experienced was new to me. So I get my parents' permission. I have my folks meet his folks because my parents didn't believe in letting me go over some rando's house that they didn't know, and I don't blame them, because you got me 50 shades of freaked up if you think I'm gonna be in a get out situation. When I say this experience was like a movie, bruh, I should have wore 3D glasses, because everything I witnessed had me shook like an iPhone notification. So I get inside, and the first thing I noticed was that it smelled like straight wet dog in there. Like, who been living in here? Crypto? His mom's like,
Hey, honey, you and Devontae want some cookies?
he like, shut up, Donna, we're not hungry yet. I'm like, whoa. First of all, listen, buddy, if I ever call my parents by their first names, I'd be the first name on a grave site. Like, what's wrong with this little dude? Second of all, I don't speak Italian.
And he's actually one of the better creators, like Devontae the One. There's also another guy, his name's Yo-Yo 808. There's a lot of these people, man, they do really good work. Like I said, really good fucking work, and I watch them all the time. Like, eventually I want to get around to doing that. I am going to get around to doing that.
There's hair
I have plenty of time.
The couch, the floors, the TV stands, the counters. Like, bro, who do y'all got shedding in here? Jada Pinkett? I see why my great grandma used to put plastic over her couch. Cause of stuff like this. And don't even get me started on his room. When we got in there, I seen his console collection. Bro was spoiled. This was back in 2009, so he had a GameCube, a Game Boy, a Game Boy Advance, a PSP, a PlayStation 1, 2, and 3, an Atari, a Sega Genesis, a Nintendo DS, a Nintendo 64, a Sega Saturn, a boombox, a 2001 iPod, a Sega Dreamcast, a Mega Drive, and a Famicom. Bro, to this day, I still don't know how the freak he got his hands on those two, because they were Japan exclusive. You couldn't get those in America back in 2009 unless you were like Bill Gates. Gizmo dad must have been a part of like a game console cartel or something. I don't know. All I know is he had it all. Even had his own gateway computer. His own personal gateway computer. I wish I had that back then, because back at my house, we had a family computer that I had to wait my turn to use or didn't get a turn at all. I ain't gonna cap. I was mad jelly because I ain't have none of this back at the house except the PlayStation 2. Seeing all that made me never want to leave. Until I went to use the bathroom on the other side of the house. Oh my gosh, y'all. I had to pass through the kitchen and the living room. And on my way to excrete bodily fluids, I saw his mama cooking food. She put her bare fingers in the food and taste tested the food, bruh. Oh my gosh. Somebody come get her. She turned into a liquor. Bro, I almost wanted to throw up. And oh no, it gets worse. Her other son walks in the kitchen, gets on top of the counter, puts his disgusting dirty feet on top of the counter where she was preparing the food. Man, somebody come get Jack Jack. Somebody come get they child. Mind you, little dude just came back from playing with the dog in the backyard. Do you know how many pots and pans would fly across my head if I did some junk like this? I'm gonna let y'all take a guess. All of them. Now again, even though I just witnessed blasphemy, this ain't my house, and I ain't eat that food. So anything that went on in that house was none of my business, nor my concern.
Like I said, I hope everybody's having a good night.
And calm. Until I got back to the room. I'm walking back. First thing I hear down the hallway, but this time she was actually arguing with Gizmo. I'm like, here it go again. From the minute I heard them yelling down the hallway to the minute I walked back into the room, they were going at it. Rah, 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 rah. Milk and cookies. Rah, 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 rah. Ketchup and mustard. He calling her all out her name. Everything under the sun. I'm sitting there like, if I ever would have said something like that to my parents, I would have ended up on Channel 5. And I know for a fact y'all smoking some dick if you think I tried to calm down the situation. Like, who finna intervene? Huh, not me. Let them argue. That ain't my problem. This already crazy enough that I'm witnessing a dysfunctional household before my nuts dropped. I ain't even know what dysfunctional meant back then. This was none of my business, nor my concern. I just sat there shocked, but still cordial and calm. Until he slapped her. That was my breaking point. I was like, okay, it's time for me to go. Ain't no way I just saw what I saw. I am shooketh, big fella. I grabbed my stuff and left and walked back down the street to my house. They was too busy arguing and fighting to notice. And luckily, it was 7 o'clock, so still, there was a little bit of light outside before sundown. Best believe I never talked to Gizmo ever again. Saw him on the block after that a couple times, and each time, I looked the opposite direction. Welcome back, Second Channel. Everybody know me in the village. Ask about me. Okay, reload it. Try not to look.
I gotta keep a pop up, yeah. Put a red ribbon on me. Fly away on them bus, yeah. Headed up the comments. I need me a bag full of sensor to get me back started. You don't even know what I've been through. The strain is hyperbolic. I ain't had a session in a minute, but I'm back. Let me finish. I'ma throw on the shade. Same with the pivot. Can't throw it away. I'm mellow with it. Rock a house like a game. Matter of fact, I'm about to head to the lookout. I know niggas plotting, so I'm always on the lookout. Keep a Bible, cause your roll might be right. It's covered in gold hydro. It'll take me to the clouds. I gotta keep a Bible, yeah. Put a red ribbon on me.
Honestly, I'ma keep it a band. She ain't that talented. She just thick in all the right places.
Texans enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the Kroger app. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. So it's always easy to get Texas-sized savings. Kroger, Texas proud since 1955. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
Save big on your favorites with the Buy 5 or More, Save $1 each sale. Simply buy 5 or more participating items and save $1 each with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
It's Budweiser's 150th anniversary, and we're celebrating with a Heritage Can Series that honors our legacy of being made of America. Collect all 4 designs. For 150 years, this Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2026. Budweiser Lager Beer,
300 Spartans needed me, all because of one reason. So let me take y'all back.
Live in the spotlight with Spotify Premium.
Trying to hold myself
Build,
back
curate,
from buying
and
the
listen to your
entire shelf of my
playlists
favorite manga.
uninterrupted. Even offline.
Again,
enjoy 3 free months now and cancel anytime. Tap the banner to learn more.
We're not gonna use her real name. We're just gonna call her Sasha. I'm like, golly, I'm trying to see what's up with Shawty. That's when my anxiety start going bazoingas, because I knew this was an S-rank side mission that I couldn't pass up. So I go to the bathroom and activate my Rizzagon just to gather up enough courage to talk to this woman. Shoot, I even added some extra buffs to make sure this side quest wasn't in vain, because failure was not an option. So I walk up to her, raise her up a little bit, even though I was mad nervous. And I ain't gonna lie, I thought rejection was around the corner. But crazy enough, she started flirting back, which caught me kinda off guard, cause I ain't know she found Ninja Turtles attractive. I'm like, hey, you trying to get a smoothie together? Don't worry, it's on me. She like, sure. She stand up. She towering over me, looking like a sexy iron giant. Like, Shawty was tall. Plus, she was a sexy tone of muscular. I could already tell she go to the gym and was blessed by God himself with the BBL starter pack. Sasha really looked like she could choke slam me with her thighs. And I'd be okay with it, cause she was fine enough. Listen, I love my women built like an hourglass, thick in all the right places. But ever since I've been going to the gym consistently, I done added a new meal to the menu. I done garnered this sudden attraction to gym girls. Not like the super bodybuilder girls, but the ones that kind of look like this. Yeah, I'd let her Batista bomb me into a bed. Absolutely. For her, I'm a munch. I don't care. Fight me. In the past, when looking at women like that, I used to think, dang, I hope she don't suck me up and throw me through a wall. But now I'm like, dang, I'd let her suck me up and throw me through a wall. Shoot, I don't mind dating a street fighter anyway. If she look good enough, I know Chun-Li can strangle me with just her thighs. But if she started flirting with me, then hey, you is one freaking motherfucker. So I'm thinking, you know, I don't do this often, but I don't mind potentially dating a swole giraffe built shawty. I ain't never had a problem with it, cause me personally, I don't climb trees. I chop them down. So we sit back down, chat it up. Before I left, I'm like, here, I'm gonna leave my number with you. It's up to you whether you wanna hit my line, baby. And I skedaddle. Personally, I ain't care enough if she'd hit my line or not. Cause regardless, I did my thug thizzle. An hour later, she hit my line.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
Wee, Morty, it's going down, big dog. It's going down.
Hell yeah, guess where I found this
setting
bitch
up a date, which was at
I found this bitch at a fucking
Craig University. So fast forward to our first date, which was an anime and chill session. Soon as she leaves, I'm knocked out for about 5 hours because we stayed up very long. Bruh, tell me why I wake up to her setting up the next date. And guess where, too? The gym of all places. My heart started doing jumping jacks because by this time around, I ain't touched a weight in a long time. And during our first date, I capped OD talking about I was in shape. But mama ain't raised no puss. So I took her up on her offer. Couldn't back down now anyway. I'm already deep into the water. And seeing as she was a gym rat, she was gonna find out sooner or later. She like, okay, cool. I get off my DoorDash job at 5 and need some time to get ready. So 6 all right with you? I'm like, sure, yeah, show me. So I get to the gym, right? I see her standing in front of the building waiting on me, which is odd at first because she could have been waiting inside. Like, come on, what's going on here? The whole time while I'm walking up to her, I'm keeping it cordial, and I thought this was gonna be just a regular gym session. But oh boy, I really had no idea of the hell she was finna put me through. Her foot was going 300 miles per hour.
He only fucking reason, cause fuck who he is,
I was
fucking stats. That nigga just lived to just give people hell, bro. He lived to fuck shit up like when him and what's his name? The fucking what's his name? definitely go
done, I was physically, mentally, and spiritually
don't care about his
exhausted.
power,
My
don't care about
body
his
was
weight.
literally
He just ain't giving a fuck.
destruction.
He's like,
Felt
yeah,
like
bitch,
stayed
bring
in
it.
that cave after
And
trying to
then,
hold in every drop
what
of
makes him an
inside
even
power.
better
Sasha really
fucking
put me
character,
through what my
he
coaches
was
back in high
sick
school put me through
the
doing
entire
like,
fucking
I
time.
didn't know if this was a gym day
He
or
was
a
sick.
training session for the tournament of
He
power.
was
So
sick.
she
He
checked
was
up
sick,
on me.
bro.
I told her I'm fine. Straight capping out my
Yeah,
cranium.
hell yeah.
Boy,
Yeah.
I felt like all my
But yeah, man,
this fight was all for one. She walked back over to the
So I'm
workout
trying to
area,
like,
and I walk up to the
I want to like peer.
hard.
It's gonna be hard. I want to like peer away
Next
from.
thing I know,
You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I like drawing shit. Like that's what all these
I
books
felt
right
like I
here
was
is. I
dying.
fucking draw.
I hit the counter,
But
then the
I want to
floor,
like come up
worker
with
at
my
the front
own
desk.
like
Step in the
like
name of
manga
help.
and
She
shit.
give me some water to drink, which
I
kept
ain't
me
talking about
somewhat
no
conscious
like
for
stick
like 3
figures draw.
minutes.
No,
This was
I
the
can
first
actually
time in my
fucking
life
draw.
where
I
I
can
didn't
actually
have 100% control of my body. I was at a good 20%. 3 minutes later, I managed to regain enough strength to move. The worker walked me to the bathroom. I get in the stall, didn't even take a dump. I just sat there in the stall, butt clenched, body slouched, with my mental and physical strength depleted, almost on the verge of passing out again. I sat there in that stall for about a good hour, thinking to myself, dang, I gotta get back in shape. This is ridiculous. I hope she don't want no finished product. I'm a work in progress. After that hour, I walk out the bathroom. She at the front of the store, waiting on me. I walk up to her. I'm like, what's obvious doesn't have to be explained. I know you can't. I can already tell. That's why I worked you so hard. I forgive you. Just don't do it again. Bro,
You already
for the
know.
next 3 months after that, I worked out.
Had to do, and this is something these are all like things I freehanded with no problem. You could kind of see the freehand, freehand detail in there with the shading and whatnot.
Leading me to where I'm at today, working out just to stay fit, with myself as my number one motivation. However,
Yeah, man. It's just, it's just,
instead,
I'm trying my best to do it. I'm in the military and shit, so I be like bouncing around from fucking here to there. I'm rarely like got time to like really buckle down and be like, I want to do this. Cause I'll be like right now, I don't usually stream early in the morning, but like, fuck it. I don't usually stream anymore, but like, I'm trying to try some new shit, you know what I'm saying?
Bullet trains, new airports, and endless motorways to military parades and flyovers. The People's Republic of China projects an image of stability and might.
welcome back, Second Channel. Everybody know me in the village. Ask about me. Okay, reload it. Try not to laugh. All right, y'all. So back in elementary school when I was 10, I was the nicest person you'll ever meet. But back then, I also had a very short temper. If I felt provoked
Hey
in
y'all,
the
it's
slightest,
Lainey Wilson.
Oh, God bless, God bless. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you for stopping by. I hope to see you again.
Drive a Ford. The F-Series is built Ford tough, with the power to haul what matters and the comfort to go the distance. And right now, it's Ford Truck Line. At your best in Texas, Ford dealer. When you put the work in, you deserve a truck that works just as hard.
But I was forced to throw hands even when I didn't want to.
To learn
Like,
more,
bro,
tap
leave me
here
alone.
or visit
This ain't Rocky.
FordMusic.com.
Why y'all always
Ford
wanna
is the
throw hands
best
with
in
me
Texas.
when I ain't even do nothing to y'all? I can't never
Navy
just
Federal
sit in
Credit
the back
Union
of the
can help
class,
you
eat my
dominate
little sour
with
straw,
the
and
Platinum
draw Mega
Card.
Man in
Transfer
peace.
your
I don't
credit
know
card
why.
balance to the
Maybe it's
Platinum
because I
Card
was
within your
smaller
first
than
60
everybody.
days
Or
and get a
maybe they
0%
just wanted
intro
to take
APR for
advantage of the
12
fact that
months.
I was
Our members
too
could
nice.
save
But
thousands
I
of
know one
dollars
thing.
over the promo
One thing I
period.
know for sure.
Visit
Going through this almost
NavyFederal.org/platinum.
every day
Navy Federal
put
Credit
me in
Union.
a
Our
mixing
members
mood,
are the
big
mission.
fella.
Navy Federal
And
is
for
insured by
some
NCUA.
reason,
After
they
the intro rate
always
expires,
used to
variable
get
APRs
pissed
at
at me when I would
10.24% to
retaliate.
18% based on
Like,
credit
don't get
worthiness.
mad
Rates are
at me
subject to
'cause
change.
my
ATM
power
fees for
level
cash
rose
advances are up to
every
$1
day.
at
Y'all
non-Navy
made me
Federal
a
ATMs
business.
offer ends
Not me.
3/31,
Y'all gotta
2026.
understand. I grew up in the dirty South,
many
man.
discounts
All
does
we
USA
knew how to
Auto
do was
Insurance
fight
offer? Too
and
many to
watch
say
football.
here. Multi-vehicle
And
discount,
fuck our
safe
cousin.
driver discount, new vehicle discount, storage discount,
How many discounts do you stack up?
Is
Tap
wrong
the banner or
with
visit
you? So there was this douchebag at the time that I didn't become cool with until I got to high school. We're not gonna use his real name. We're gonna call him Uzi. Not this dude, but my Uzi. That's the nickname we gave him. Not gonna say why. That's for us that went to school with him to know. Philadelphia. See, I may have been a menace that might have been to society when provoked and pissed off, but this boy was an actual menace to society. At every opportunity, he went for the easiest target, which was usually somebody smaller than him, and he 2 minutes. Like, dude, not Scooby. Bro just wanted a snack. There was this one time when I had first moved into town and it was my first time on the bus. And this was before my character development arc started. So I was very naive when it came to how twisted people can be. Cause at my old school, I ain't had these problems. I had a pretty normal experience. So I thought everyone in the world was just that way too. So I was openly nice with everybody. Plus, I was the new guy there. So I didn't know who to watch out for. I get on the bus, I head to the only seat that was open, which happened to be right across from Uzi. I get out my sketch pad, which had all of my drawings in it, and I started drawing, you know, minding my own business. See, I was a passionate artist. Each drawing was like my child. Some of my most prized possessions in that sketch pad were my Sonic the Hedgehog OCs. And I was pretty freaking good at drawing them too, because Sonic was my childhood hero. I played all the games, watched all the shows, attempted to read all of the comics when I had the chance. I even changed my subconscious voice to Sonic.
Chance to kill him.
Do it. Listen to all the soundtracks from each game, even to this day. Even made my own original storylines for my Sonic OCs. In my eyes, Sonic could do no wrong. Well, I mean, except for when they changed his voice. That actually pissed me off. I don't care what nobody says. Jason Griffith was and is the best Sonic voice of all time. Bring him back! Okay. I'm getting off the subject. Just wanted to point that out. So I'm sitting there drawing, right? Everybody around me looking in awe of these masterpieces I was making. They like, oh, ooh, praising me for my art. Everybody like, yo, see it? I'm like, sure, of course. At this point, I'm passing around my art for people to look at like it's freaking candy. Next thing I know, Uzi look at me, he like, yo, you like a artist or something? Obviously. Yeah. Mind if I see the book so I can flip through the pages? I'm like, sure, of course. Soon as I hand him the book. Thanks. This mine now. Excuse me? Did I stutter? You not getting these back? Thanks. Dude, give me my drawings back. You mean my drawings? Now get out of my face. I can't make this up. Before he even finished his sentence, I ain't asked no questions, I ain't begged, I ain't tucked my tail. I looked up to God, looked back down, meek. My fist just unconsciously connected with his face at the speed of light. Like, bro, it was insane. Before this, I ain't never felt anger like this in my life. This wasn't no regular anger. This was that tear dropping down the face type of anger. Buddy crossed the line with the wrong dude. I just wanted to get my stuff back by any means necessary. And the more he kept telling me, no, I ain't getting my stuff back, the more pissed off I got. My fist had a mind of its own. Meek, Mookie Bop Meek, mama, what you pack me for lunch? Without any thought of repercussions, cause it was my prized possession, which I had an emotional attachment to. So you know, I was livid, big fella. Like, y'all ever had something taken and forcefully held back from you? Especially if you had an emotional attachment to it? This must be how Kanye felt, bruh. It ain't a good feeling at all, cause you're very territorial about whatever that thing is. Like, that experience leaves you feeling violated, and this was the first time someone ever violated me like that. Yeah, sure, I know now that you should always control your anger and think before you do something, but understand that people don't think clearly when their emotions are running wild. So when I got furious, I blacked out. So my first instinct was to hit first, ask questions later. I wanted smoke and only the smoke. All them teachings my folks taught me growing up about never hit first, let them hit you first, and then wake up Chris Breezy, I threw that out the window. And what makes matters worse is the bus driver didn't even acknowledge our fight. Like, he didn't stop the bus to stop the fight. He just looked at us two like, oh, just two black on black crime. Proceed. Which made me even more pissed off. So after like 3 minutes of throwing hands, I eventually got my sketch pad back. Don't get me wrong, neither of us won. It was a draw, but right afterwards, old white man stopped the bus. He's like, I'm finna write both of you up and get you off my bus. I'm like, why me though? He stole my art. What you wanted me to do? Be a good boy and let him take it? You saw the whole thing and kept driving. You should have parked and came to stop the fight. You worried about the wrong destination. Uzi just looked forward and was smiling like a little evil prick. Bus driver's like, our school has a zero tolerance policy. All altercations will result in a write-up sending you to alternative school. If there was a problem, you should have came up there and told me. I'm like, dude, you was watching the whole time. You seen what happened. You seen I was getting angry. You seen the problem, but you did nothing. He just walk away. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I'm like, what?
11 being down.
Fudge, bro, I'm just trying to go home and eat some oatmeal and watch Chalk Zone, dog. God, man.
Hey, well, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Alert. Enemy unit sighted ahead.
Requesting permission to engage. Permission granted. 70 down.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is Base 44. This is a first look at the current industry-leading AI app builder, and you wouldn't believe the kind of apps that people are creating. Smart nutrition apps, inventory trackers, onboarding tools, you name it. And if the only thing stopping me from making the app is the idea, why not build an app that gives me endless app ideas? So let's make it. Pro tip, I draft the full app spec in ChatGPT, and then I drop the prompt directly into Base 44. Give me super detailed structure. And here it is. Everything I laid out in detail as it goes. This is pretty awesome, but I want to make it playful. So I'm going to add a swipe left and
Hell yeah, fuck yeah. And see, this shit ain't easy neither.
I'm going to add one more feature. So every idea that I favorite will turn into a kickoff prompt to start building the app itself. And that's it. Just come up with your idea, any idea, and Base 44 will do the rest. So go to Base 44 and create apps with your name on it.
Hey man, if you are watching, hit that follow button for you, boy. I'm new to streaming, but I've been doing it for a minute now.
Looking for tool storage that's both affordable and built to last? Choose the trusted
I know that don't make sense.
General from Harbor Freight with a full selection of colors, customization options, parts, trays, and more. U.S. General.
There's always a method to the...
Captain, I think. 4B down.
Takis? Smarties? Coke? What is that? Is that dog food?
2B to operator 60. All allied units down. The operation is compromised. Awaiting further orders.
Alright, y'all. So, 2 years ago, I used to talk to this girl that I actually wanted to take serious and be in a relationship with after getting to know her for about like 5 months. We're not gonna use her real name, we're gonna call her Erica. In my mind, I felt like she was perfect. 9.9 out of 10. Deliciosa. Like, she checked off almost all my boxes. I left out that last point to make it 10 because even though I thought she was sent from heaven, crafted for me and me only, there was one thing that she started to do and refused to stop doing that was a deal breaker for me. Personally, I feel like everybody should have deal breakers when it comes to relationships. The one thing that crosses the lines of your morals, standards, values, and makes you go, no, we can't be together. Let me explain. She had it all. She was weird like me. She loved anime, had good taste in music, actively wanted to seek a relationship with God but was struggling. But you know, it's the effort that counts. She was a gamer girl that was really freaking good at side fighting games. Like, she was pro level. Bro, whenever we played Blaze Blue, she would beat my ass black and blue. She beat me at Street Fighter so bad one time, I called my doctor and asked him why the hell he brought me to this world. She had a sense of humor.
This shit ain't hard, it's just... You gotta fucking fit in between these little nooks and fucking crannies. Yeah. Oh shit, fucked up.
She was strictly giggly, obedient. She was down to earth, patient, loyal, and a hustler. Get to the money. She was finger licking good. I ain't gonna lie, she had a little dude. I prefer a donk, but it's okay because she had a cute face, so I let it slide. Where I'm from, we call little booties dukes and big booties donks. Anywho, I could keep going all day about all the boxes she checked off because it's as if I found my dream girl at the time. All while my ass can't even get past the first few criteria on somebody's dream guy list. I don't know why she wanted me. I don't care. Now, Erica was open and honest about everything, but she was hard-headed. Fine. But little did I know that was the one thing that started our fallout from each other. Literally the day before I was going to make her my girl, she hit me up and was like, hey, my car's in the shop. Can you take me to Oliver's house so I can get high? They're trying something new. I'm like, new strand of gas? She like, Yeah, you can say that. Mind you, I've known Oliver since I was in elementary school. Bro is a hippie to this day that gets high 25/8 and does the most outlandish stuff that most people would call white people. He lived with his adopted mom and biological brother at the time, who were both dysfunctional as hell. So every time we went over there, some crazy shit happened. I felt like I was in a movie half of the time. I pick her up, we get there. The first thing I see that sets me off was a swole-ass bulldog behind the gate staring at me. I instantly take off to the car. Oh man, the bunch of you scared of dog. I'm black. You see dog? We run. Erica like, don't worry.
Yeah,
they
see,
gonna
I
put
fucking know how to play this shit now.
I'm like, they bought a dog?
And I don't think she got like a...
Nigga like he boxed Mike Tyson on the weekends. Erica like, man, come on. We get inside, and as usual, his mama offers me one of them nasty-ass bananas that's been sitting there
Bro,
on the
is
fridge.
it like she got like, she can't block?
Baby.
I don't think you can block in this game.
Damn banana. No, ma'am. I'm good, Grandma. I don't want a banana. Why you ask? I didn't ask for Mello, let's go to the back. You know, I love that lady, but I hated when she did that.
I'm still fucking taking
With
that.
them long ass, unnecessary ass nails. Like, Grandma, you too old to be wearing them long ass pro feet. If she get in a fight, she's done.
Yeah.
We get to the backyard where the shed was, where every time we came over, that was the place where we all partake in the marriage hoochie. See, they all smoke the Mary Jane. I, on the other hand, prefer to infuse into boozer. So Oliver brings us inside. I see his brother Bam Bam and his homie DJ. They in the back table rolling up. I'm like, oh, okay, that don't seem very different. Soon as we get to the couch, life took a 180. Because all of a sudden, I felt like a sharp pain in my chest, as if the spirit was trying to tell me something. Had my heart kicking like an unborn baby. So I leave to go use the bathroom in the house outside of the shed. I'm thinking like, okay, maybe I just gotta take a bath. Just to find out that I didn't even have to drop a submarine into the ocean. I get back to the shed. I walk inside. What the deuce? Taki? Smarties? Cold? What is that? Is that dog food? Yo, Rocky is punching the air right now. What the actual food are you doing? Erica like, relax. The white stuff isn't coke, it's table sauce. What do we look like, degenerates? We're just trying something new, like we did last week. I'm like, last week? Yeah, so recently we've been experimenting with different things to get high instead of gas. I haven't been here for a month, and this is what y'all decide to do. Thought y'all only mess with the marriage of Hoochie. Then she goes on this tirade about how their tolerance is way too high, and that exotic wasn't enough, so it was Bam Bam's idea to mix foreign substances to see if they could get them higher than usual, and how she wanted to be open and honest about it since we were in the talking stage, and how she knows it's kind of dangerous, but that doesn't stop her because it's fun, and that Oliver, DJ, and Bam Bam seem to be on the same type of timing, so she wanted to see if I was. Listen, I ain't have no problem with her hitting the green pack, but if Shorty kept this up, I knew exactly what road she was headed down. Like, what's next? Car gas? You know how high gas prices are? They finna be broke and mentally damaged.
Better make sure
so
he's
like,
actually
look,
dead
when
next
you
time.
said getting
That was
high,
dangerous,
I
man.
mean all this. I meant that green, baby. The raw version of the healing herb that comes
You're
from the
2B,
earth
right?
is all I
My
can
name's
tolerate.
9S.
Because the raw
I'm here to
version
provide
is
support.
for healing.
Copy
But
that.
all of you
So,
don't
was
realize
that
that you're
big old
inhaling
buzzsaw the
bull
Goliath
crap
you came
that
here to
causes
take out?
irreversible damage.
Just another
Look at
defensive
y'all.
system.
Dog food? That's
Well,
right. You know what?
I guess we have to find the target
I'm
then,
standing
huh?
10 toes,
I've got a
chest
flight
high.
unit, so I'll
Oliver,
take a look around the
Bam
perimeter.
Bam, DJ,
All right.
I know
I'll
I
work
can't
my way
convince y'all
inside
to
from the
stop,
ground.
but as for you, Erica, if you're gonna be doing stuff like this, then we can't be together. Now this when the game changed. Remember when I said Erica was hard-headed? Yeah. When you were against something she felt like brought her fun or wasn't that bad to her in the moment, she would completely tune you out and do what she wanted regardless of the long-term consequence. And I guess this was something she really didn't want to stop. So she hit me with the most direct response I ever heard from her. Okay, bye. Yo, Shorty was tweaking. After she said that, she didn't even look my direction. Cold-blooded. Continued crushing down the food and the crystals, not saying a single word. She did not want to stop, and neither did they. I was genuinely bamboozled, bruh. I didn't want to show her no sign of weakness, so I sucked up my emotions I felt at that moment and walked out. Bam Bam, Oliver, and DJ sat there like, damn. even though this was not their problem nor their concern. Like, she grown, she can do what she wants, but I personally don't want my girl doing something like this because I know the long-term effect it'll have on her. Because I've had habits in the past that turned into addictions. I know how it's gonna get. It ain't no different than not wanting your little brother to get caught up in the streets because it'll lead to either death or jail. In conclusion, it's a deal breaker for me. But you know what's crazy? Funny enough, I get back to my dorm, ready to go to sleep. You know, I got my Boys to Men ready in my headphones because, you know, I actually cared about Shorty. At 2:30 a.m., I get a text. And guess who it's from? Count Cracula. She like, I'm sorry for saying that. So you just gonna leave? It's that easy? I ain't even care about her being cold-blooded at that point. I just cared about her well-being. So I reply like, are you gonna stop? 5 whole minutes pass by. She like, I don't know about that. Take care. So we parted ways after. This is why I don't rush into relationships. I want to get to know at least the basis of somebody first. Every time I went to Oliver's house after and she was there, it was awkward. And as for Rocky, still punching that air.
I really do the shit, I be sliding like roller skates. Keep it 100, these niggas mobbing like anime. She want a Super Saiyan, so I tell her don't be afraid. Then I'm out the door, yeah. Grab a 3-5 of the dudes, yeah. And it's got gold on them, yeah. Haters can't stop me with wishing. I hope my niggas don't end up switching. Gotta keep a pop off, yeah. Put a red ribbon on me, fly away on them bus, yeah. Headed up the commies. To get me back started. You don't even know what I've been through. This train is hyperbolic.
The tabs you open here are also here. Choose Chrome to share tabs across devices.
Uptown Loafer now has a friend. We added laces. Same packable construction, flexibility, and invisible innovation. Powered by VioMotion technology. Well-being that fits in your carry-on.
If I can't have her, no one will. The Warriors ain't the only ones celebrating, cause we hit 100K! Woo! My second 100K plaque on the way! Woo! Man, rest up, OG channel, rest up. I used to have this friend that did crazy for absolutely no reason. We're not gonna use his real name, we're gonna call him Kevin. No matter how serious it was, bro used to put me through the worst situations for his own entertainment. And it always used to make me wanna get the biggest AR. Load the mag, go to the nearest swap, and dump the clip into my foot. Like, I don't know what coochie this man came from, but it couldn't have been a civilized human being. Like, that boy was raised by either the Joker and Harley Quinn or Majin Buu and Toga. It was one semester in sophomore year of college. He came to me in need of a favor. I said, look, man, what's the catch? Because there was always a catch to whatever he was asking me about. He said, listen, I came to you because you have a lot of female acquaintances, which I did. So I was wondering if any one of them were looking for a man. I said, yeah, one of them, the rest want to be 304s. He said, perfect. I got this homie looking for love. I was wondering if you could set him up on a blind date. Now in my head, I'm like, finally, this thing is trying to do something nice for once instead of terrorizing me and stroking his testicles about it later. Pause. So I agreed to the favor and hit up one of my homegirls. We're not gonna call her by her real name, we're gonna call her Kiki. So I asked him what the guy's name was. He said the guy's name is Ash. Like from Pokemon? Yes. What hood he from? Sinnoh or the Johto? This ain't time for jokes, Devontae. I'm on a time crunch. Do we live with his parents, or did he leave when he was 10? Your parents must be real proud, huh? Nick, my parents. Now this wasn't no regular blind date. We get to his house, right? Me and Kevin set up everything and put our 2 contestants in their seats with their chairs facing the opposite directions. Bro was geeked. He over there like, I used to pray for times like this to rhyme like this. She like, so I had to grind like that to shine like this. So I'm like, oh, okay. they chemistry kind of nice. They already vibing. Bro was on point. Put this man in the NBA Finals with Steph and them, because it's like he couldn't miss. He was rizzing Shawty up like it was nothing. Bro really activated his Mangekyo Rizzagon and put her in a Genjutsu. Like, it was crazy. He had better Riz than me when I'm at my most confident form. Now, at that point, I thought everything was going to be good. Everything was going to be cool. Everything was going to be cordial. But this when everything changed. 20 minutes into their conversation, I look at bro. He start twitching. I'm like, boy, what the hell? I can't tell if he off a perk or possessed by a demon. Like, I'm so glad she didn't see what I saw, because if she did, she would have went from what to what? So I shook it off and kept it to myself so they can continue that conversation. Next thing I know, he twitched again. I'm like, hold on. Somebody tossed me the death note. This boy got a Shinigami. I'm gonna need a restraining order so he can stay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 million miles away from me. I let it slide again, but that's it. And then he started twitching again. This fool has the 9-tailed fox inside of him. And what really grinded my gears even more is when things went from recruit to prestige. When after she said a joke and he laughed and she finished off the joke, she was like, like, are you blind? He like, I am. Mind you, these two haven't seen each other yet. She ain't believe him. She was like, you're joking, right? He like, no, I'm actually blind. I can't see. For real? I knew it. I knew there was a catch to it. She like, oh, I'm sorry. I don't think this will work out then. Then he started twitching. I go get Kevin, bring him outside. I'm like, why you didn't tell me he was blind? He like, I bet you didn't see that coming. You mother. Bro was twitching in there. He making me nervous. Like, I know he can't see these hands, but Ash finna catch him. I'm jumping at Kevin's neck for like 5 minutes. Next thing I know, we hear Dum Dum inside talking about, Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? That didn't sound normal. So I go back inside. It looks like his blood is boiling because he could not take rejection. Come to find out, he's very emotionally unstable and controlling. Like, bro, pick a disability. But this when this whole situation took a 180. He run outside. I'm like, yes, he ain't finna yin yang yo my shit or hers. When I heard that, my heart didn't even drop to my ass. It dropped out of my ass. Pause. I thought bro had the blicky on him. I go check outside. He at my car with a sharp object. Number one, what the f*** you get that from? Number two, why he at my car? He may be blind, but if he touch Musabi, he finna see his creator. He like, that's right, Kiki. I'm at your car. Why you do me like that? We could have been something. We were vibing. If I can't have her, no one will.
What the f*** is wrong with you?
Bro popped all, and I mean every one of my tires. I'm like, oh my. See, this is why. She like, mellow, chill. He can't see. Then I look at Kevin. Kevin looked confused. I'm like, you may be 6'4", 250, but these hands gonna put you on a diet. He like, what I do? I'm like, I'm to the street, bro. I will beat your motherfucking ass. He kept taking the situation like it was a joke. He like, listen, I can see why you're mad, but you gotta see this situation from a clear eye view. You know what I told my barber I wanted before I got here? What did he want? The fade.
Hey, listen. Different about GCU. It's one of the country's biggest universities with over 360 programs shaped by industry leaders. GCU's campus ranks among the top in the nation. Most of all, GCU cares about affordability. The average federal and private loan debt for GCU undergrads is lower than the average for private nonprofit four-year universities. Find your purpose at GCU.
With millions of listings on apartments.com
and homes.com.
You're going to find virtually any place you can live.
It'll be quicker to list the places you can't, like
the tarmac of the bakery, the business end of the driving range, so far.
And a decommissioned Soviet space station.
The Mariana Trench.
I need to pee.
Or in the path of a haboob.
It's a haboob!
That.
But otherwise.
You can live in it. You're going to find it on apartments.com
and homes.com. The place?
To find a place.
Are you on my dick? Yo! Yo! Are you on my dick? Yo!
Yes, sir. Back on my sub.
I said the same thing! I said the same thing!
Alright, I'm gonna keep it a $1.50 cause I don't need your 2 cents. I done been to a lot of toxic places that turn you from a gummy bear to Alphonse Elric in my life. Whether it be MW3 lobbies, all of Twitter, 7-Elevens, but none of them hold more weight in the round table of toxicity like lunchroom tables do. Except for Rod Wave, but we ain't finna talk about that. But you know what? At the same time, it's actually a blessing. Because even though it's a toxic place, inside a toxic place, when I was a kid, lunchroom tables were a big deal. It's one of the few spots in school where a person can find out what social group they belong to. Because whatever group you belong to, you're treated accordingly. Without remorse too, because like kids, when they're super young, are already rude and brutally honest enough and make it worse when they get older. Now imagine that at school, but 10 times worse.
It is what it is.
Okay, I see lunch tables like the 4 nations in Avatar: The Last Airbender, right? You get whatever nation you get and you stay there. Let somebody at a preppy table you sitting at find out you from the nerd table. It's a wrap. You can't blame nobody but yourself. Like, bruh, you can't expect peace when you're in op territory. It's impossible. Unless that one dude that's basically like the lunchroom avatar, the dude that can fit in with every social group saves you, which might as well be a pipe dream because that only happens once every 100 years. Bro, all I'm saying is go where you fit in and don't try to fit in because it never works. For example, if a shoe doesn't fit, you don't blame the shoe, you just go find another. So if you don't fit in at a certain table, don't blame the people because you don't click with them. Just go find somewhere else that you do click. Throw the deuces up and go find your crew. It's that simple. Today, I'm gonna be letting it rip on a couple lunch tables that may or may not have grinded my gears back in the day. So if you graduated a long time ago like me, then put whatever table you used to belong to in the comment sections below. And the same thing for anybody that's in school right now. All right, so let's start off with the preppy table. The worst of them all. It's basically a bunch of rude, fake, stuck up, ego inflated, narcissistic yes men that think the world revolves only around them. This group usually consists of a bunch of stuck up white folks with at least 1 or 2 stuck up Asians, with at least 1 stuck up black guy, and that 1 mixed chick that only hangs out with white folks, which is completely fine, but dang, sometimes you just gotta put a little spice in your ramen, you know what I mean?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
The preppy girls usually wore like small shorts, Converse, and big ass t-shirts that make the whole fit look like they ain't got no drawers on them. The preppy guys usually wear little ass shirts with a North Face jacket and little bitty shorts that look like booty shorts. Golly, bro focusing on the wrong cake. I'ma keep it gravy with y'all. I hate these people for the simple fact that they ain't down to earth. If you ain't a part of their little cult, they'll treat you like Beerus did King Vegeta. Like, bruh, y'all ain't got no business treating folks like the gum I spat out and put under my desk. And they be like real quick to shun anybody that ain't a part of their little group. Like, bro, to basically sum it up, if you ain't a part of their clique, what you say ain't finna make them tick. Moving on, next we got the nerd table. The best, most authentic, most coolest table in all of school history. Can't nobody tell me otherwise. At this table, it's cut up into 2 parts. The weirdos and the cool weirdos. I was a part of the cool weirdos. You know, the people that beat themselves and were genuinely cool to be around. Sure, we couldn't dress to save our lives, had 0 game with females, beat our meat probably about 3 to 4 times a week, and got picked on a lot, but at least we wasn't out here getting in trouble with the law, catching diseases, making unplanned babies, and stirring up unnecessary drama. Put that on your resume. At our table, we accepted everybody, even if you didn't watch anime, play video games, crack dark humor jokes, and traded cards like we did. Dog, I'm a nerd to this day. Plus, we're actually bearable to talk to, unlike our counterparts, the weirdos. Yeah, they had all the base traits like us, but you couldn't sit by them for more than 5 seconds without them eating a booger or making the conversation super uncomfortable. Like, whoa, 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 relax. Poon Slayer 56, you got about 38 more minutes until you go back to the netherworld. Next, we got the basic black and white people table. Polar opposites. I say that because the basic black folks table is where all the loudest, funniest, most lit people in times are. Ain't no intellectual stuff going on over there. Just pure fun and ignorance.
Everybody say sausage, keep it going. Egg, bacon, grits, sausage. Got a bitch come in, lick up. Sausage. Hold up there, IHOP ordering. Sausage. Get a pancakes with the motherfucking sausage. Give me that shit, I need some sausage. Lick my dick, that shit up. Sausage. My shit brown like a motherfucking sausage.
If you want to learn how to roast somebody with maximum efficiency, go to that table. However, be warned, this table is not for the faint of heart. And I say that with the utmost seriousness and experience myself. Be ready to take in what you dish out, cause ain't nothing sweet over there when you roasting, homeboy. If you walk over there unwilling to take mental hits, then you pretty much just trying to poke a stick at a pack of wolves. Now, the basic white folks table is pretty much the opposite, where all the boring stuff happens. That's it.
Make your browser fast. Make your browser safe. Make your browser Chrome. Choose Google Chrome for your computer.
Fucking phone's already stable enough.
Moving on. Next, we got the athletes table. The most annoying, fakest, ego-inflated, Chad-ass table known to man. It's consisted of a bunch of low-life, energy-sucking, insecure nobodies with the need for social validation because their mamas told them that they should have been swallowed, so they cope with the thought by picking on the weak. Now, I'll admit it. Yes, I'm a nerd, and I was an athlete, but for most of my life, I tried to fit in every social group.
You don't find that suspicious?
So pretty much for majority of that time, just like them, I tried to seek social validation from every social group. I tried to be liked. Primarily because I was always the underdog. I was never in the spotlight. Every time I tried sitting over by my teammates, I was the primary target. That's where I gained most of my character development from. I tried to act like them, tried to dress like them, tried to involve myself with them, which worked a lot, especially when I got stronger than everybody, but I still got picked on because when they seen I was starting to get confidence and started standing up for myself, they started to have a superiority complex over me.
See all these lame ass niggas, bro, come to the street, bro. I will beat your mother and ass,
Nobody put me through more mental gymnastics than my Chad ass teammates did. Heck, I even made a video on one of those moments. Oh, also, I can't forget about that one guy that's always at random tables pocket watching your plate. He'll always hit you with the, you gonna eat that? Like, boy, you don't go on somewhere. It's your big hungry, big booger bear looking at me. No, you can't eat my porridge, nigga. All right, I'ma head out. Sensei Dev, logging out.
Hey, listen.
Sometimes it's your dog, sometimes it's your baby. Cry all you want, sometimes you can't get your wake up. Lanes change, niggas change, bitches change every day. Quit my job to make a full investment on the music. Jumped on the beat and snapped it like a tube. Getting these feelings out is therapeutic. Headed to comments feeling like a movement. Shout out to DT, yo, he got it moving. Told him these niggas was sleeping, he proved it. Yeah. Now it's all eyes on eyes, and I just been focused on me and the things that I gotta do to make my dream alive. I just gave up 8 years for real, I ain't got a tear, but I got a mind. If niggas is hating and fuck 'em, I thought I could trust them, these niggas be fake for life, yeah.
Alright, y'all, so this story happened when I was 16 years old, back in 2016. I am 22 right now. That year was pretty interesting because, you know, I got my first car, crashed it a week later. I got assaulted by a stressed out 40-year-old. I got my first job. I got called a Nick. You finish that sentence. By my best friend's dad. Watched as my mom almost beat the fuck out of my principal.
You feel me? Like, oh, all this went down, you feel me?
However, I don't think any of those will top what happened during the day of the fire drill. I remember it like it was yesterday because everything went left, like Cha-Cha Slide left. Now, I don't know what type of black Air Forces I was smoking back then, but it must have been the high tops because I was on behind me. My bad, when it came to football, of course. Shoot, it wasn't my fault. The hate I was getting was slowly making me savage. I was always on minutes timing during football because of the simple fact that me and the players, the staff too, we didn't really get along. I wasn't one of the popular people. I was the underdog. I wasn't gang, so I couldn't hang. I was at like the middle of the food chain, so every chance they got, they tried to hold me. For no damn reason. I'm just trying to drink some chocolate milk and go back to class. Leave me alone. Everybody on that damn team had me going through character development, especially in the locker rooms. But you know what? I wasn't no meow. They was giving me hell, so I gave them hell back. Oh yeah, I was quiet, but little did they know, I was one of the biggest trash talkers up in there. And I was one of the top 5 strongest people up in there. And best believe I used that to my advantage, because every time I was provoked, I would counter provoke them 10 times harder, and they would get pissed every time. Which makes no sense to me, because don't open the door and be afraid of what's gonna come out. Like, I knew what I was doing. I knew the consequences, but I ain't give a fuck. Which brings us back to the day of the fire drill. Oh my gosh, bruh. I got so sick of their shit, nigga. I remember it was like English or math. I can't remember which class it was, but it was a fire drill, and they told everybody to go outside in the fields and chill out till everything's settled. The little alarm started going off. Woo, woo. So we all get stepping. We all get down to the soccer fields, right? And it was like this fence that separated everybody. Like whatever side of the school you came out of, that's the side you were gonna be on. I get to the fence, right? Big chillin'. I ain't trying to bother nobody. Next thing I know, I hear a crowd of hooligans trying to intimidate me for no damn reason. At this point, looking back on it, I think they were just bored. Or they probably felt like I was an easy target that they could just pick on and make themselves look good in front of everybody else. And they just got to quacking off at the mouth. I'm talking about, you're trash. Raka, 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 raka. We'll beat your ass. Blah, 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 blah. We'll blah, blah, blah. Wicka, wicka, wicka. Meanwhile, I'm just sitting there like, damn. So this is where my villain origin story begins, huh? And me and majority of the team already had beef. Like, I ain't like none of them niggas. I ain't want no peace from anybody, because it was impossible. I was the outcast. I only had a select few people in there that I actually enjoyed talking to, like, no new friends, no new friends, no new. I stayed down from day one, so so I rebuttal back with all the smoke. I'm like,
man, shut your bitch ass up, nigga. Nobody asked you how to bitch ass thing. You better shut the fuck up before I knock your fucking head off your shoulders, old ugly ass bitch.
Man, y'all, they looked at me like, how dare you? As if I'm not supposed to talk my shit back, like, make it make sense. If A plus B equals C, then what the fuck y'all want me to do? So then the dude in the middle, Cam, the all-star athlete that had everybody on his dick, he was like, who you think you talking to? You do realize we can jump you. The only thing saving you right now is this fence. Number 1, you came for me first. Number 2, y'all really think I cared if a fence was separating me? I don't care if these niggas was on the same side as me. I would've did the same thing. I don't care. Cause I ain't have nothing to lose. I don't fight to fight. I fight to kill. Like before that day, I let a lot of things slide. But at that very moment, I threw all that out the window. Like, this wasn't no movie. The smart thing to do was to just walk away. But then I thought to myself, what if this was a movie? What I said afterwards basically went like this.
Look, you, the plane you flew in on, them shoes, your socks with the bell on it, your ass fairy accent, them cheap ass cigars, your yuck mouth teeth, your hairpiece, your chocolate, Guy Ritchie, Prince William, the Queen. And if I see you in the street, I'm slapping the shit out of you.
Bruh, I'll probably never forget what Cam said afterwards. Probably, like, nigga, I'm getting flashbacks. My head's starting to hurt hearing it again. He was like, you know what? We're gonna jump you after school. Matter of fact, we're gonna do it during school, and nobody's gonna do anything about it. And I knew exactly when he was talking about. He was talking about third period football workouts. The period where when my coach shut that door, anything was bound to happen. Now you think I would be nervous and scared, but no. It was quite the opposite. I was ready to die on that hill and take a couple bodies with me. In the moment, I really thought I was on some animation. Like, bro, I was ready to give everybody the Mickey Mouse. Like, nigga, what? You want some? Like, you know how I do the niggas? I didn't choose Thug Life. Thug Life chose me. Subconsciously, I knew that was impossible. There was just too many of them. I knew I couldn't take on every single person that was gonna try to jump me that day, but like I said, I was ready to throw it all away. Cause you get to a point where you just tired of being tired, bro. Like, you tired of being a doormat. Like, Get off my dick. I knew they were dead serious. That's why I wanted to leave there on a 20 kill streak. And I'm not playing fair. I'm playing dirty. If I'm going 6 feet under, I'm gonna take somebody with me. I don't care if I had to pick up a dumbbell, a 10-pound weight. Nigga, I'm not fighting with these hands. I look like Meliodas, Saitama, Mikey, Rock Lee. Niggas getting these motherfucking weapons. Shoot, you would have saw me in there swinging the blades of exile if I had the chance. Shout out my boy Kratos. So fast forward the next day, third period rolls around. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Was I nervous? Not really. I was more focused than I ever have been in my life. Nigga, I was ready to throw it all away. I was ready to bring the shovel and karate cut these niggas. There was a pathway that everybody had to go through that leads to the pathway to the door that leads me to the facility. I'm gonna try my best to map it out for y'all. I get to pathway 1, and so far, the ghost is clear. But everything changed when I got to pathway 2. I remember this vividly. I get around the corner, I see the door wide open, and my 6 of my teammates poking their head out, waiting for me. They wasn't even saying nothing. They was just staring at me. Niggas was standing there like some NPCs. I'm thinking to myself like, So this is where my villain origin story progresses. I see Cam walk up and he's just staring at me, waiting on me too. Like, this is really about to go down. It was not lying when they said nobody was here to save me, because that nigga Coach Addison was in his office, which was on the other side of the building. But you know what? I called they bluff. So I get to walking up there and I'm like, bro, first person that touched me, bro, I'm gonna fight. The whole time I'm on Nardo weak type. Who won't smoke me? Like, bro, I was on it. I get past the 6 guys and Cam, right? And oddly, they didn't touch me when I walked inside, but they were still just staring at me.
Oh,
like,
wow.
You say sneak attack? When I got inside, it was like a 2-way. One side on the left leading to the facility that you do all the equipment and training, and the turf was there, and the other side leading to the locker room. It was third period, so of course we're gonna take a left and go to the facility with the turf and the equipment. Like, nigga, we're gonna work out right after this. So right now, I'm finna get a pre-workout. You feel me? I walk into the facility, right? Guard's still up. I'm about 15 steps in. Next thing I know, while I'm walking, I hear about 30, 40 footsteps behind me. I'm like, oh, brother. I guess this is where my villain origin story peaks. I turn around, bro, and before I can get my bag off of my back, bro, I get speared by Cam. Nigga really hit me with the Nigga threw me to the ground with my bag on, right? I somehow get my bag off, and we get the strapping, bro. And we wasn't even fighting for real. We was just grabbing each other and slamming each other to the ground each time. Like, bro, mind you, this nigga is 6'3". I was 5'6". I am still 5'6" to this day. I was a tad bit stronger than him. Just a tad bit. The only advantage he had over me was arm length, and that's about it. Whole time in my mind while I'm fighting this nigga, right? Or slamming this nigga, like, what are we doing, WWE? I'm thinking to myself, like, hold up. Didn't y'all say all y'all was gonna jump me? There's only one person here. Like, I'm not even kidding, bro. Everybody else in the hallway was just sitting there watching us fight. Like, oh, I know what's going on here. It's a bunch of in here. Y'all said y'all was gonna do it. Stand on it. The only thought running through my head when I saw that when I was fighting this nigga was,
Smell like this in here. Oh, y'all smell like this to me.
3 minutes later, Coach Anderson walks in and breaks up the fight. He puts them on punishment. Oh yeah, 50 gassers. Football people know. He sends me to class scotch-free, but I'm still pissed off. Whole time in my head, I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. Something ain't right about this. You're punishing them, but not me. Wait, did we have cameras? And did you watch them do this? If that was the case, Addison, we'll hope for that. Fast forward next day, Spanish class. I remember it like it was yesterday. I will not use this nigga's real name. We're just gonna call him Darren. Darren walks up to me, and this is a person that I, number 1, don't talk to a lot. Number 2, is a part of the same clique that was like, oh, I'm gonna jump you. But I ain't do nothing but just sit there and watch. I was in the back of the class, right? Darren walks up to me, he's like, if you ever talk about our squad again, we'll come for you. And he did it behind my ear, which made me even more pissed. Like he was trying to intimidate me or something. Bro, when I tell you, I turned to this nigga, looked him in his eye in front of everybody, and was like, who the fuck are you talking to? Shut your ass up before I rip your fucking spine out of your body. Teacher looked at me so crazy, I think he knew it was up, because he didn't do nothing about it. Darren didn't say nothing afterwards. He just got up and walked away. Ah, you must have expected a different answer. No. You picked the wrong one, my boy. Let me make this freaking clear. I know how to choose my battles wisely, especially now. However, I am not a tough guy by any means. I am a nerd to the core, but I am not gonna sit here and let no nigga beat me in front of everybody. That's not how I was raised. You know who still talked about their homies afterwards? Me. You know who didn't do a thing about it? Take a wild guess.
Gotta keep a pop on, yo. Put a red ribbon on me, baby. Fly away on the bus, headed up the comments. I
have one of my favorites, my It travel shoe, the Uptown Loafer. And because we love this shoe so much,
Ma'am?
What is
now
I
it's
was
in a
going to send you the
sneaker.
map data I collected earlier.
Do it.
We've got the Uptown sneaker. It has the BioMotion technology right inside. Flexible, stylish. It's the It travel shoe. And of course, perfectly packable.
Changing how you shop can feel like a lot.
You okay?
It's different, but you'll love it.
It's like how it's smaller to cut overhead costs.
Now go save some money. Differences that save you money. It's an Aldi.
Exit confirmed closed.
So open.
Negative. Nearby enemies are jamming our signal.
Nothing's ever easy.
Now I'm no pirate, but I be getting to the booty. And by booty, I mean the ones all over my Instagram, tainting my feed, trying to get me to Jujutsu Kaisen my meat. You know what? I'm getting real tired of you Jezebel sucking all this stoic energy away from me with all that temptation at the most pivotal time in my life. No nut, no bitter. However, the gangster in me won't let me fall. See, bro, I used to be a chronic genital jouster like the rest of these men out here, but recently I've ascended. Instead of releasing my energy into the EOS, I decided to store up all this pent-up aggression, harnessed it, and transferred it back into my work. Like, this problem runs deep, bro. I've been trying to use every vein. That's not a good word to use in this situation. Every atom, every artery, every fiber in my being not to fail this side quest mission. And seeing these anime waifus and IG thoughts all over the place ain't helping out at all. Bruh, social media has really made it hard not to get hard. And when we choose to stop, that's when them demons be ready to tickle your fickle. I played Gotham Knights on my second channel last week, and every 3 seconds she was on screen, Barbara had me about to act up. Like, it's tough out here, man. This whole situation got me befuddled. Ever since I stopped slapping my meat around, it's like I got smoke from every crevice of the earth. Every time I blink, back, back, back. When I was in college, everywhere, booty, back, back. I think my back. And I say that because when I would release all this pent-up aggression, I'd get a temporary dose of euphoria and alleviation. But the next morning, I'd wake up hating myself again. There comes a time in every man's life where he needs to put down the hentai, put down the hub, and get beat. What do you mean by that? And November is the perfect time to start working on all that. Sharpen your mental state, your communication skills, your body, your pockets, your goals. Like, bro, most of the time, dude, your focus just be in the wrong places. Stop wondering why you ain't got no hoes and start wondering why you ain't got no bread. Some of y'all be wanting the whole loaf, but don't got the discipline to get the crumbs. And I get it. Who won't? Devontae, it's easier said than done. Yeah, I know how hard it is. I had the same mindset back then, but it all starts at a desire to want to improve. Bitch, shut up. Ain't nobody ask you shit. Bro, I'm a living testimony. Take it from me. The first time I ever disregarded women and acquired currency, I got 100K twice. You know why? Distractions. I got rid of them and shifted my focus. Now, I'm not saying you can't strive to get no lady down the line, but first, strive to be the best version of yourself and then go get that lady. Back in 2020, I remember sitting in the library of my college campus thinking to myself, dang, I've been doing YouTube since 2009. Why the hell I'm not past 2,000 subscribers? Oh, I know, you beat your meat too much. That drains your energy, freaks up your focus, and makes you even more demotivated, insecure, and depressed. The big titty waifus can wait. You put more energy into building relationships with girls instead of building a future. Hello? Your folks need to be taken care of. Get off your ass and get some cash. You spend literal hours around homies that's just as depressed as you because of the same reasons and have zero motivation to do something with their life. Woo woo! Newsflash, you are who you hang around. You don't be taking your YouTube career serious enough, so your ass gonna stay working at fast food. Distractions. And as I got done thinking what I thought, I saw a little light at the end of the tunnel. God was like, I got you, big dog. Next thing I know, the shutdown happens. And when it did, something clicked in my mind. I realized,
you know, ma'am,
I could go back
I'm
home
glad you're here.
where I don't gotta worry about
Scanners like me mostly work alone. Scouting out enemy lines and all that, I don't usually get a fucker.
I kid
It's
you
kind of
not.
fun.
Soon as they made that announcement, all my horniness left my body. Because I knew isolation was my out. I shifted all my focus and went straight to the hyperbolic time chamber. Vegeta wasn't the only one going Super Saiyan after he stopped giving a frick. Bro, the day of, I documented it on Instagram, told myself that I'm gonna get 100K by the end of the year or die trying. I kid you not. 3 months later, I got 100K.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is Base 44. This is a first look at the current industry-leading AI app builder, and you wouldn't believe the kind of apps that people are creating. Smart nutrition apps, inventory trackers, onboarding tools, you name it. And if the only thing stopping me from making the app is the idea, why not build an app that gives me endless app ideas? So let's make it. Pro tip, I draft the full app spec in ChatGPT, and then I drop the prompts directly into Base 44. It gives me super detailed structure. And here it is. Everything I laid out in detail as it goes. This is pretty awesome, but I want to make it playful. So I'm going to add a swipe left and swipe right interface. Same usability we all know. Now I'm going to add one more feature. So every idea that I favorite will turn into a kickoff prompt to start building the app itself. And that's it. Just come up with your idea, any idea, and Base 44 will do the rest. So go to Base 44 and create apps with your name on it.
So these are 3 things I do constantly to survive NOLA November. Take mental notes if you really want to build self-control to get through this. Because why, Dr. Umar?
We must stay focused, brothers. We must.
So look, bro. Number 1, whenever I see a temptation, the first thing I do is slap myself in the face. That's what you need to do. You need to slap yourself in the face. Not too hard because you don't want to black out. Because I know some of y'all got hands the size of a polar bear or something. But like, slap yourself like you stole something from you. Because think about it like this. Instead of focusing on slapping your feet around, it'll make you focus on the pain from slapping your face. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? All right, number 2. You see a temptation again, throw around some weights. Do some push-ups, sit-ups, run around like a dyslexic titan off a perk. I don't care. Just work out. Because think about it like this. Instead of working out your meat muscle, it'll make you focus on a different muscle. Are you picking up what I'm putting down?
Facility to
All
increase
right,
their
number 3.
overall machine
Whenever
production.
you feel the
So if we
temptation
don't
again,
destroy it,
imagine
they'll
a
just keep
person
coming.
you want to fight. Even if it's an anime or cartoon character, doesn't matter. Throw them hands. Make sure it's somebody that pisses you off and you're in an area where you can punch the air. Turn on some Young Boy if you have to. Turn on some System of a Down if you have to. Turn on some NWA if you have to. I don't care. Just make sure that Shadow, whoever you think of, runs you a fade. Mike Tyson that fool. Baki Hanma that boy. JoJo's that nigga. Make sure they know what your mama packed you for lunch. Cause think about it like this. Instead of fighting your lust to death, you're gonna be trying to catch a breath. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? All right, I'm finna go slap my meat around, hit the subscribe button. I'ma head out. few years ago, Batman of the Night. I must say, that's one awesome night to show.
There's power in the word no. At University of Phoenix, there's no application fee, entrance exam, or obligation to enroll. We won't even request
Just
your
accessing
transcripts
random,
at no additional
nonsensical
charge
data
when
from the old
possible.
one.
We
There's no
believe
actual
higher
meaning behind
education is for
anything
anyone,
machines do.
so we're making it accessible for everyone. Discover the power of no at University of Phoenix.
Thank you for another day of hard work. Please practice going to the job well done.
That sounds necessary.
What do you reckon they'll tell their mates back home?
Oh, that's easy. I reckon we could start with...
Guys, you were never gonna believe what happened in Australia.
G'day, mate. Hop in.
Oh, it's amazing. Sea lions. Sea lions.
Everyone loves Australia, but good time.
Yeah, this place has a way of staying in. Always has.
So what are you waiting for? Come and say g'day.
Alright, so if you've been watching me for the past couple years, yes, before my original channel got deleted, you are an OG. I'm talking about streams, videos, Instagram videos, whatever the case may be. You know I am weird or different, whatever you want to call a unique human being, such as myself. It don't matter what platform it is, bro. Whenever I let go and just be myself, you see it throughout the entire video. Like, it get real wicked, gangy. Sometimes I'm aware that I'm doing weird stuff and I just don't care what anybody thinks. But then there's sometimes where I'm not aware, bruh. It's happened all my life. I get so invested into something and I become unaware and my mind just drifts off to another place that can't be described, which ultimately leads into me doing something stupid. Again, it's happened all my life. I remember this one time back when I was like 7 or 8. It was either between one of those two. I can't remember. It was just me and my sister sitting around, you know, doing what kids do. Back then, you couldn't tell me nothing. If you told me, Devontae, touch that stove, it's hot, it'll burn you, your skin, it's gone, I'm gonna be like, and still touch the stove. My sister, she's younger than me, so everything I did, she mimicked. If I decided, man, I'm gonna jump off this cliff without a parachute, she would probably push me off and jump along with
close range combat.
hell, man. We were both sitting around chilling, and to be honest with y'all, I don't remember why, how a bag of coins got in my sister's hand, but we were playing with them, and I don't use it. Listen, y'all are probably hold my neck in the comment section, but when I say we were playing with the money in a bad way, not a good way, we were putting the money in our mouth and spitting it back out and putting it back in. Like, bro, what am I? Emphasis on put your money where your mouth is. Like, you're probably thinking, what? Crunch. I ain't never seen no person on this planet this ignorant in my life. You really could have been doing something regular, like building bed forts. Could have been outside riding the scooter on the block, doing our done dizzle. But nah, we inside trying to collect coins and level up like this Pac-Man. The only thing I did before this that was even remotely stupid to what this was like put foil in my mouth. That was the closest thing I ever got to grills. Listen, I don't know why I did it, but you know, I guess it felt good or something. I don't know, bruh. If I could go back in time and ask my 8-year-old self why I did what I did, that little nigga would probably look me in my eyes and be like, why the hell do you care? My brother tried to warn me that I was probably gonna swallow one of them, but I didn't listen to him. And you can't save somebody that don't want to be saved, so he just let it happen. All right, whatever. Do you, buddy? I actually found enjoyment in doing this. I don't know why, honestly, but we did it for about a 10 to 20 minutes, right? I'm thinking in my head
surveyed the entire factory, but couldn't find anything resembling our target.
Exactly what I'm
Maybe
doing.
they,
Ain't nothing finna go
I don't
wrong.
know,
And I only
moved it
told
somewhere?
myself this subconsciously because I was controlling the flow of the coins every time they went in and went out. I got this under control. Everything was good. Everything was smooth for a whole 20 minutes.
You mean the birds?
Until.
Yeah, there's more plants and animals here than there used to be.
My sister looked at me like,
Probably because the environment's
okay, I'm
changed.
gonna go ahead and stop this. She put the coins in the bag and slid that to the side. She ain't want nothing to do with them coins no more. I'm over there panicking, crying all. I'm talking about a whale could have swam through them tears. Like, I really thought I was about to die. Like, bro, I really was paranoid. Like, bro, I just swallowed something. Is it gonna cut up my organs or something? I don't know what's gonna happen. So I hit a breaking point and hit the dizzy dash to mom and pop's room. And usually I'd have to knock before I open the door, but this time I just busted into the room and I was like, I swallowed a shine. Boy, when I tell y'all, I was slobbering and crying. I'm talking about my eye was so cockeyed, bro. My eye left the plane. Like, it wasn't coming back. My parents didn't know if I was looking at them or looking at the ground. Like, and I was talking to my mom about this the other day. She was like, you was stumbling like a crackhead that needed a hood. I was like, when I was crying, bro, I was making the ugliest face, bro. I'm talking about my eye was doing a permanent Cupid shuffle, bro. My eyes were so cockeyed, I didn't even know if I was my parents' son or my parents' pet chameleon. Bro, I really looked like one of those googly eyes. Like I'm pretty sure my mom and dad had a hard time trying to figure out who I was talking to. I really felt like my life was ending. That's how bad it was. I really thought I was gonna die. I was telling my mom, like, oh my God, Mom, I'm gonna die. My mom was like, you're not gonna die. No, Mom, I'm gonna die. I see the light, Mama. I see the light. What's going on? I'm going home. I'm falling to the ground. I'm tripping. I'm swaying side to side. It was bad, bro. I was like, I'm gonna die. Bro, I was terrible. I think I ran outside, like, screaming and crying. Like, bro, it was insane. I really was so dramatic with it. I mean, I'm dramatic now, but, like, it was way worse back then, man. But it's mainly due to the fact that I didn't know kids swallow coins. I'll tell y'all one thing. I never put money next to my mouth ever again. I learned my lesson. When I tell y'all I was paranoid, I was paranoid. Like, I'm paranoid today, bro. I was bro, after that, every time I looked at coins, I wanted to throw up. I was paranoid for about a good 2-3 days. My mom checked my food every single day. And eventually, on the third day, she checked my and found out that I had swallowed not one, but 2 coins. Which was weird because I looked at the coins and I'm thinking to myself, like, oh, did they multiply in my body? I thought I only swallowed 1 coin. What's going on here? 8-year-old little brain back then couldn't compute. Somebody slide me the software. It was crazy. To my brother, he was like, I tried to tell him, all because when he was younger, he swallowed a coin too.
Love the Uptown Loafer. I'm excited to share with you we've got the Uptown sneaker. It has the biomotion technology right inside. Flexible, stylish, it's travel shoe, and of course, perfectly packable.
All right, y'all. Hold on, let me finish this chicken wings real quick. These hoes smack. All right, y'all. So this is a remastered version of a video that I made a very, very, very long time ago that y'all probably didn't see or probably did see. I ain't like it myself, so I went outside, I chucked that hoe to the birds. So with that being said, y'all know out of anybody, if you've been watching me for the longest time, that I've done a lot of stupid shit, swallowing poisonous coins, going to a college party smelling like straight Baduzzi because I forgot my deodorant, getting fired from my job after faking like I was sick so I could leave and get that Twister Wizard cinnamon roll, watching the scene, neck or nothing treatment from my little yeah at the time. And the list goes on. Now, one of those things in particular that I did that was stupid big bad got me the worst whooping I have ever got in my life. I remember that mug like it was yesterday. I was 9 years old. I was sitting on the couch one day and I was watching Punk'd. If you a 90s baby or early 2000s kid, you know what that show is. Anywho, so I was sitting on the couch watching that on the big TV. Back then we didn't have like skinny TV. We had like the big fat TV with the pump on it, you know? I wouldn't be surprised if the TV started twerking, bro. Bang, 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 bang! Reload. Back then I was very impressionable. That means I was easily influenced. So after watching Punk'd, you know, they do a lot of pranks on that show, I decided maybe I could do the same thing, you know? It would be pretty cool, pretty fun. Problem is though, I did it on the wrong people. I I decided to do it on my black, straight, old school parents. Like, you could have did it on your brother. You could have did it on your sister. Shoot, you could have did it on somebody like the neighbors or something. But you decided to do it on the same people that can take away your game, take away your dignity, take away your pride, take away the elaborate prank that my 9-year-old brain had back then was to call the cops and hang up. Like, I don't know what I was smoking back then, but I might need some of that now, because you're not even pranking your parents, fool. You're pranking yourself at that point, and you were gonna get in trouble for it, so it's a double-edged sword. I didn't even think that through. Why did you not? Stupid. That night, my dad was at work, my mom was in the kitchen making food, so I found this the right opportunity to go ahead and start the operation. So I peek around the corner, I see mom in the kitchen, getting down, whipping that chicken, putting the foot in the grits. I'm like, she's distracted. Time for the Cobra to strike. So I go sneak the house phone into my room, and just know I had zero knowledge about phones back then, because like we had a house phone, phone, two in fact. If you know, you know. My whole thought process of this was, okay, I'm gonna get the phone and then I'm gonna call the cops, hang up immediately. I just wanted to see what would happen. I thought the call wouldn't even go through if I called a number and hang up in a matter of milliseconds. That's why I was so confident in this whole operation. I thought I would get out scotch-free just for the simple fact that I really thought in my brain that the call wouldn't even go through. Now this is where she get wicked. Yeah, so I'm back in my room, I get the phone, I dial 911, I hang up immediately. Now, we wait. 5 minutes later, the phone rings again. And literally milliseconds before I can answer the phone, guess who picks up? The minute my mama picked up that phone, I knew it was game over, because I forgot we have 2 house phones. So that means when anybody called our house, both phones would ring. When that phone rang, and I saw that the phone got picked up somewhere else, bro, I swear my heart left the place. So I hit the dizzy dash to the living room, right? I peek around the corner, I see my mom in the kitchen, she talking to the cops, they're like, ma'am, is everything all right? We just got a call from this address not too long ago, and we just wanted to see if everything was all right. No, I think you've made a mistake. Oh shit! My mama put the pieces of the puzzle together so fast, bro. She hang up the phone, she turn around, she spot me. She like, I'm telling your father. Dang, mama, you are out now. I can't even go back to Grove Street. My dad's gonna be on the block looking for me. Because of you, my GPA stars went from 1 to 5. I don't think y'all understand. I lived in a household where my mom didn't really have an effect on me when she was punishing me. So when she knew her punishments wouldn't get through to me, she would call my dad for backup. Because she knew he would finish the job. I'm over here crying and pleading to her. Mama, please, don't tell dad. Blah, 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 blah. That shit didn't work. Because she was like, you gonna get mixed up as soon as your father get home. He gonna show you what I packed him for lunch. Beltables. Just go. So I hit the Duzzy dash back to the room, right? I'm crying all night. I'm thinking to myself like, oh, it's over with. Life, I'm gone. Cause like, dog, my mama whoopings did not hurt. My dad's did. You gotta understand, this man was All Might, the black version. The man was big buddy, big buddy, big buddy. Man was really built like a blocky character. Being a 9-year-old back then, that nigga was scary. So with all the fear running through my veins that entire night, after I woke up in the morning the next day, I came up with an elaborate scheme to try to let the situation simmer down into something by, you know, doing everything before he gets home in the morning, like cleaning up. I'm talking about spotless, everything, dishes, room, bathroom, went outside, cut the grass. I even thought about going next door and walking the neighbor's dog. Man, it was so clean, I even let the cockroaches roam free. I even thought about going outside and washing the car. That's how bad I did not want to get that punishment. I did all that and more so that maybe, just maybe, he'll have a change of heart. I get all that done, I hop in the tub, I'm ducking down like it's warfare. I don't know what's gonna happen. Next thing I know, 10 minutes later, I hear a car pull up. And then 2 minutes later, I hear the door open. And then 30 seconds later, I hear the door go boom. You already know who it is. And you know what that means. All that cleaning up, all that hoping was in vain. You know what happened next.
just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform. Describe what you want, and watch it take shape.
I told you to shut up!
You can plan, customize, and expand in any direction. From tools built for one, to platforms ready for many. From passion projects to enterprise-grade systems. Everything is built in and ready to launch. It's a new world of creation, where you can go as far as your imagination takes you. Can you imagine it? Let's make your dream a reality right now.
Affirmative. Infiltrating enemy subunit. Behavior table adjust.
Okay, so this is gonna take a second. Take a big ass. Alright.
Ricky's truck is having trouble starting, but he went to AutoZone, where a friendly
I'm telling y'all, I really hate small talk. It's so bad to the point where I remember this one time I walked out of my house and I was about to go to my car, right? I see my neighbor, she walks out of her car. I'm like, oh,
balance control.
I already know she's gonna talk to me and try to get small talk out of me. Let me go ahead and walk my ass back in the house. Like, y'all ever done that before? I know I'm not the only one that does that. Speaking of talking, I'm very dangerous when it comes to my introvert side. I pay attention to everything. So that means I can figure you out just by listening and watching. I will sit there, shut up, and listen to you talk while you tell me everything about yourself. At the end of this conversation, I'm gonna know everything about you. You will know nothing about me. Why? Because I sat down and I listened. Now, if somebody catches me on my extrovert time, I'm gonna do exactly the opposite of what I just said. I get too comfortable and I for as long as you want me to, as much as you let me, and then I start oversharing things, and then I realize to myself after this conversation that, dang, maybe I shouldn't have opened up.
Die already!
A couple days ago, I went on my Instagram and I just posted my story if y'all were introverts or extroverts, and to find out that a lot of y'all were the thin line between, just like me. And you know what? I know I wasn't the only one. My people.
Talk about bringing the battle to them. To be.
Contact command. Request assistance.
No. It doesn't look like that's going to be necessary.
Oh, great.
That's fucking bullshit.
I'm an odd creature. Listen, I gotta say it, big dog. The stuff I do when nobody's around is so outlandish, so unorthodox, that you might look at me funny after this video. But it's okay. People have been calling me weird all my life. So honestly, I'm fine with it. At this point, I'm embracing my weirdness. This video can either be relatable or it's gonna look at me like a waste of life energy that should have been swallowed instead. Jesus, I can already tell niggas finna be on my neck in the comment section, bro. Also, like the other two, this video is a remastered version of a video that I decided not to re-upload to this new channel. Let's proceed.
Requesting
Exhibit 8.
destruction of enemy
terrified
hostiles
of shower curtains. Whenever I get a new place, I leave the tub booty, butt, naked. You can see everything. No shower curtains. Listen, big dog. I don't know why.
It was an honor to
y'all
fight
probably
with
looking
you.
at me crazy like, what's wrong with this abnormal ass motherfucker?
The honor was mine.
I don't know, bro. Man, you got folks out here scared of needles, the ocean, Astroworld, but you out here scared of shower curtains. Huh? You know what's messed up about this fear? If somebody ties you up to a chair, goes to Google and makes you watch shower curtains for 4 hours. Like, imagine somebody coming into your house, right? They like, where the bathroom at? You tell them where it's at. 30 minutes, they're gone, right? You wondering where they at. They ain't taking a shower. They ain't taking a dupe. They said they had to piss. Pissing don't take that long. You walk inside, they having a seizure. And you're wondering why. Whole time, it's because of a freaking shower curtain. Like, what? I had this one girl stay over one time, and she didn't complain about the lack of curtains at all until I joked on her, right? We was having a conversation. I decided to joke on her one time just to see if she would pass the vibe check. She get offended and start joking on my lack of curtains. I didn't care. Why? Because I wasn't planning on getting curtains anyway. I'ma stick to my bucket naked bathroom. I don't care if J. Cole or Drake gave me a verse. I ain't doing it. It's just because I'm terrified does not mean I won't walk into somebody's bathroom and still bathe. I'm not a stagnant creature. I'm not a degenerate. I fight my demons every single day. Wake up, put the gloves on, and we box it out. Sometimes I knock him out, and sometimes he float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. And I get right back up. Exhibit B. Whenever I take a I put tissue on the same toilet that only I sit on. It makes no sense. Like, your butt has only been on the toilet. So what's the problem? You weirdo. Like, whoa, calm down, big fella. Tyrese needs all of the tissue. You don't. Don't let me walk into your house trying to use the bathroom. I'm gonna make you pay another $10.99. Don't say nothing when I walk inside your house. Leave the money, just give me the tissue. I'll be on my way. Exhibit C. Instead of me going to the store to buy an actual rug to put in front of the tub, I use the rags that I use to wipe my ass as the rug. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, germaphobe, or why is this only bathroom oriented? Well, if you haven't figured it out already, I'm gonna continue to let you figure it out yourself. I don't know why I trust towels more than I do rugs. I don't know, but I know one thing. If you let me take a shower in your house, just go ahead and get ready to throw on your shoes and go to the store, because you finna lose $5.99. If I was a robber, don't expect me to rob a bank. I'm gonna rob the laundromat. Like, imagine you being in a hostage situation, the robber come in and talking about something. I want all the towels, leave the money. If you don't get confused, I'ma assume you're the person behind the operation, because you're weird, buddy. Don't worry, it ain't gonna be like this for the rest of my life. You might catch me at the point of my life where I'm not terrified of these things, or maybe you won't. Who knows? I'm an odd creature. Yo, who's that? Oh, this guy? That's T the External. Check it out. My dad. Sounds interesting. Yeah, I've done videos on both my parents before. I even let my mom do audio for a video one time. So that inspired my dad to try this out too. It's gonna be a wait for the videos. He'll drop some soon. But if you like my content, then you should give him a tryout too. Link to his channel is in the description. Ain't nobody going home till I say so.
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Hell no, man. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
I don't know about y'all, but am I the only one that's hated every single 9-to-5 I've worked at in the past? Like, bruh, I worked at fast food places, hibachi restaurants, the block. I got that God of War and that Crash Bandicoot. What you trying to do? Yeah, the playground for me back in middle school was a no-go. All those 9-to-5s had one thing in common that made me want to lock myself in the car and throw the keys out the window. Dickhead bosses. Like, bruh, I honestly feel like they be giving power to the wrong people that they know is gonna abuse it. Like, why are you making my day even worse than it already is? I already gotta come here and accrue money to survive. Like, I done seen some stuff, bruh. Bosses be doing stuff that they think makes sense, but it really doesn't make sense. Hey, I got in a car wreck. I don't think I'm gonna make it to work. Okay, how long before you make it to work? What the didn't I just tell y'all I'm in a wreck? Okay, how far away are you? I'm 30 minutes away. All right, you gotta find some way to get here because it's almost your time to clock in. I can't walk. We live in the middle of butt frick nowhere. We don't have Ubers. How many times I gotta tell you I can't make it to work? Well, you better find some way to get here or you're fired. Okay, listen here, you mother. I'm barely making it out alive and you want me to still make it to work? You stupid. And these be the same people that do outlandish stuff just because they can. Hey, can you pull a double today? Nah, I gotta go to my auntie.
All right, here we go.
Okay, so I got you down for a double. Dude, who you think you is? You're not gonna make me do nothing. What I tell you to do. Slave. I'm not do a double or you're fired. I'm not getting back to work. Son of a bitch! Back at 15 in my very first job, about a year in, one day we got a new boss. We're not gonna use her real name, we're gonna call her Tara. And off the dribble, she was a pain in everybody's butt. She was overly aggressive 24/7, and if you matched her energy, she threatened to fire you. She roasted folks in the back and got super offended when you roasted back. And if it was too much for her, get what? Fired. She never let us rest, and if you did, fired. She talked to everybody like we were freaking 5, and if we matched her,
alright, so I'm finna just run some ads right now.
and it pains me to say
I just danced with a couple people.
I mostly let it
See how this goes.
Not only because I didn't have a backbone to stand up for myself and was too lazy to go find another job if she fired me, but because of that bakery. Lee, what a wagon she was dragging. Man, that booty alone could take down an army. That thing was massive. And so was her forehead, because when she took off that hat,
Shit, quick match.
golly, Shorty had the Mega Mind DLC with the Jimmy Neutron patch update. Like, she ain't even got a forehead. She got a 5-head. Bruh, you know you got a big forehead when you can put all 5 fingers on it and still have space left. I'm talking about everybody used to roast her forehead. But like I said before, if it got too much for her, then you know. But here's the thing. I don't feel bad for her because she always started it first. And oh boy, it always got bad. I remember this one time we was about to close, right? I'm at the station cleaning. She walked by and looked dead at me with my hat off and eviscerated my hairline. Golly, boy, I don't know who cut your hair, but they need to be arrested.
I'm crazy as hell.
Whoever cut your hair got the IQ of an avocado. Bro, I'm talking about she was going in. Spamming the square, X, triangle, R2 button, whatever button known to man on my hairline, bro, for no reason. I couldn't just clean my station in peace. And she thought things were sweet over here because I let her ramble on. But she ain't understand I was gonna unload the clip on that ass. So I stopped her. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I see where you're headed, but it ain't the right direction. Boy, you're barbecued. Why you look like Elizabeth from Code Lyoko? Oh, my bad. Y'all must be twins. I mean, I can't tell. Both y'all heads built like kneecaps. And you ain't fooling nobody. I know you got a second job. Oh, all right. You must be the one hosting football games in that dome. So tell me, who gonna win tonight? The Jets or the Panthers? Shoot, the Crimson Chin ain't got nothing on you. You the Crimson Head. Hood line, girl.
Oh, shit.
I don't know why you here. You'll never go broke. They can just
bitch.
rip parking spaces
My
out
bad.
on your
I'm just
forehead.
gonna lay on
And
the
I was
ground.
going
Oh,
ballistic on
shit's
Shorty
kicking
5
me.
head. And she was 38 hot, ready like peaches. And next thing I know, everybody to the back. Since Devontae wants to be a clown, I'ma invite y'all to the circus. Ain't nobody going home till I say so.
Boy, ain't no way. Hell no, man. Boy, ain't no way.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you, co-worker. See, when she said that to everybody, I knew I was the center dot on the dartboard. I really wanted to be like, it ain't my fault the hoe couldn't take a joke, but I ain't say nothing about what actually happened because, like I said before, I didn't have a backbone to speak my mind and was too lazy to go find another job. So I just held my tongue and just took in all the reactions. Bruh, she was so butthurt she made all of us stay 2.5 extra hours after closing until she approved what she thought was clean. Dude, we cleaned up areas that we already went over 3 times before. Bruh, that place looked like the future Chrome Krusty Krab. And she still told us to clean it up over and over and over. I'm talking about everybody was pissed at me. And I don't blame them because hell, I wanted to go home. Almost had me about to quit. Or just really confess about what really happened. But now that I think about it, would that really change anything? She probably still would have made us overly clean up if I had told them that she just in her feelings and couldn't take what she dished out, and now she's making us do all this. And what had me befuddled was when I overheard her talking to herself, talking about, I know where y'all ain't headed tonight. Man, when I heard that, bro, I could tell she was really happy about
Oh, that
back
look
in the
is
hood,
so nice.
especially with all that abuse of power. Y'all, don't be like Tara. Learn to take what you dish out. Don't get in your feelings when you want smoke, and smoke is what you get.
Okay, yeah. Swallow my opposition, put myself in position to hit them with
Bitch.
his face cause I'm that fast, and I play with the cloud cause I'm that bad. Try to hold me back with the veil attack, mix the red with the blue for the hollow bag. Beast with this shit like a panda man, just like Toto, my bitch come with hella ass. I'm in my zone, hit 4 in a row with black flash. Yeah, I with my brother, we cover each other with black flash. Yeah, I get the clatter, swallow and hit her with black flash. Yeah, I with my brother, we cover each other with black flash.
The cop car that just passed by swerved back around and pulled into the parking lot. Bruh, I was sweating like R. Kelly at a playground.
Get ready for the next
black man in America because of stereotypes. There's a couple things I can't do, or I'm a little suspicious. Wear hoodies at night. Oh my gosh, it's a thug. Look around in gas stations for more than 5 seconds. Good golly, he's a thief. In the primary one, so much as breathe around cops. Did I just catch you trying to breathe oxygen around me, boy? Yeah, and the list goes on. And what I learned was the worst thing you could do in each of those situations, unless they pull out the blicky, is overthink and freak the freak out. Which was the one thing that happened a couple years ago that almost got me into some deep doo-doo. Let me explain. All right, so 6 years ago, back in freshman year of college, at the end of the second semester, I went back home. That means no more parties, no more eaters, and no more getting high off of life. And when I got back home, I met up with my homies and this girl from the past named Annie. A lot of y'all from my OG channel know who Annie is. A lot of y'all don't. And that's okay, because I'm going to give you a short description. She was a little thotty with a slight body that was not the brightest, but she loved living the fast life, which is weird because why are you hanging out with us? We're the opposite of living the fast life. Like what? I've known her since high school. At the time of this story, we were both the same age and lived with our parents, but we were both going down 2 separate paths of living. Now, I'm going to be honest. When it came to hanging out with her, she was a liability, not an asset. Something always went wrong when I was around her. That's why I only hung out with the bitch once every blue moon whenever one of my homies in my circle wanted her to come, which happened to be the day I came back from the semester. That and I only hung out with her when it was my turn. Me and my brother hit up the homies to hang out. One of them asked if she could come because it was his turn. We all asked our parents if we could stay out longer than usual. Ours said yes. Her mom said no. So she asked her dad instead. He said yes and teamed up with her by distracting her mom in the bedroom so she could leave. Ooh-wee. Y'all gonna know by the end of the story why this backfired hard. We all decided to go to the lake, which was located at the end of a trail inside the woods down the street from our old high school. We all had fun for a couple hours, bada bing boop pow. Next thing we know, nightfall started creeping up, so we went back to the parking lot out front to chill at the car. Now this is when the game changed. As we outside chilling, listening to some anime openings and some Tyler the Creator, we see a couple cars go by. 1 car, 2 cars, cop car. Me being who I am, when I see Jakes, I let the full bubbly side of my personality come out and become focused on the inside instead of looking focused on the outside. Like naturally, around certain people, I'm already extra as hell, so it's easy for me to let it flash out like a harlot working the block, just so the Jakes won't assume I'm a Jaquavius or a Tyrone. Freaking stereotypes. Anywho, as the cop cars pass by, we tell everybody to act normal, because we the only ones in the parking lot. What does Ann stupid ass do? Runs back into the car right in front of them. We're all like, Ann, what the frick are you doing? We told you to relax. Now you're making us look suspicious. And I knew we were about to get packed up because the cop car that just passed by swerved back around and pulled into the parking lot. Bruh, I was sweating like R. Kelly at a playground. Literally 20 seconds later, another cop car pulled up. The first cop get out and started walking towards us. Everybody know the drill, except Ann, degenerate ass, who kept spazzing out in the car. Like, I don't know why you're in there, sweetheart. This ain't Rick Sanchez's car. It ain't gonna protect you. He asking for our IDs, what we're doing out here in the wood trails for. Yeah, we have that snuffy on us, all type of crap. And we're constantly reassuring him that we literally are just hanging out. Apparently, that wasn't enough for him. So he get to pressing us with maximum efficiency, trying to find any narco on us he could. Like, dude was on a mission to find that non-existent booger sugar. And whole time, I ain't take my eyes off of him for a second, just to make sure he didn't plant something in our car to frame us. He flashlighting around our entire car 3 times, flashlighted our tires, patted us down, then opened the door, flashlighted the back of the car, even found a burger wrapper on the floor that my homeboy ate from Five Guys earlier and swore up and down that this was a narco that I didn't even know existed. He talking about, does this wrapper contain 3D F-34 McDonald's Subway? I'm like, nah, but it does contain DEEF. And he got offended. So offended that he called over his boy. Well, lo and behold, the guy he called over was a guy me and my brother used to work with at our old fast food job. We're not gonna call him by his real name, we're gonna call him Jeremy. He like, what's all the commotion? Oh, is that the Auntie and T? Long time no see, dude. Bruh, I wiped the sweat off my brow because it was somebody we actually knew. Ooh, look at God. After we caught up with Jeremy, the first cop told him that he been searching for that stuffy on us. Jeremy saved our ass by telling bro to relax, cause we ain't them type of guys. So the first cop let his guard down. Next thing I know, Ann get out the car. He see her, see him, see her. He like, Ann, the frick you doing here? Your mama know you out past 12 a.m. Cause he knew her mama, who was an officer, or office ma'am. Yeah. So Ann's like, yeah. He like, oh, all right then. Turns around and calls her mom. And starts freaking out even more. He telling the mama how he ran into her and how she saved, etc. But Ann's mama wasn't with it, cause she told her she couldn't go out tonight. Leaving Jeremy unfucked. Mama tells him she on the way. And dad and mom pull up. She starts cussing Ann out all in Korean, which me and one of my homeboys said, because besides them, I had hella Korean friends growing up and watched hella K-dramas in the past. My favorite is Oh My Ghost and Splash Splash Love. Just throwing that out there. She asking us who we were because she ain't never seen us before. And while we were with her daughter, we told her we were just friends. And whole time, Hop just sitting there not saying a mother freaking word. Kept his mouth air sealed shut, cause he knew exactly who the culprit was for letting her go out in the first place when her mama told her no. And looking at him like, you not gonna say nothing? And you're right, he did. If you think for a second that he was finna snitch on himself, you thought wrong. Which, I mean, that's how a lot of humans work. When adversity hits some of us, we tend to save ourselves. He could have took accountability here, but he didn't. Shoot, both of them really, cause why would you go behind your mama back and ask your dad? Like, duh. Runs in the family, I see. Plus, I think he understood the wrath of old school Asian, black, and Spanish mamas. That may be the leading factor why he kept his mouth shut. I don't know, just my speculation, but you're the man of the house, so nut up or shut up, nigga. And mama threw her butt in the car, grounded her for another 2 months, because she did this before, and headed back to the career. And as for us, we left. We were just happy we made it out unscathed. We didn't care about Ann's problem. We have to. One, that ain't got nothing to do with it.
What
Two, she was game. She just came.
What type of shit is that? Hate this nigga.
Fuck. Yeah, I make shorts now. Started it literally last month and have been.
Bitch.
Well, people have been loving them. So just go check them out. Yep, daily shorts. After I create them, I post them to YouTube Shorts and I post them to my Instagram. Then afterwards, I work on my long form story times or topic videos.
And I still want a bitch.
Go watch those shorts. Love you, bye. Ooh-wee. Oh, and we just hit 500K. Yes! Through all my school years, I've had my fair share of exotic teachers, even when I got to college. I'm talking about I've experienced it all, bruh. I had
him and his grappling, bro.
High school that was a level 99 Karen.
What the fuck?
If you don't know what a Karen is by now, you either been snorting bubbles under a rock your whole life, or
bitch.
around in the mountains with aim in the air nomads. We're not gonna use her real name. We're gonna call her Miss Yummy, because this lady was built like Snorlax and loved stuffing her face with the peanut stash she had under her desk. I ain't never seen no one more in love with throwing nuts.
Oh, you lucky little bitch. You lucky little bitch.
Always talk about her cats. Always make corny jokes that nobody laughed at. Like, who you think?
Grapple, bitch.
Chris Rock. And the worst of it all, she overreacted to every second of every minute of every
bitch.
Squared plus B squared equals E. We went over these notes 69 times. Some people learn faster than others, but it's
bitch.
like all the slow
Yeah. Alright.
A squared plus B squared equals A squared plus B squared equals. Whoa, lady. Hey, not the J's. A black man's kryptonite. Good thinking, Miss Young. Reacting would always piss us off. So, like the little delinquents we were, we will always be in class making it our mission to piss her off. Hey, Miss Yummers, you heard of that new kid Malone coming to class today? Malone dead. And because of all of that, we never took her seriously. She never could get us to all because she overreacted to everything. I mean, what did you expect from a bunch of easily influenced teenagers, bro? Home training. Gym class was cutting up. Let me catch one of my friends and classmates back then shacking a fool or causing fun ignorance in class. I'm about to act up too, bro. It got so bad to the point where one day she did the absolute.
With that being fucking said, I want to appreciate who came out, who was watching the stream. We're gonna be back next time. I want to say we'll see how shit play, but if I get lucky, probably today sometime. But we'll see how things go. But I hope you guys had
I love school fights. That hope you lit. Who breaking it up? Not me. Let them hoes fight. I just can't wait till we go to lunch so we can all talk about it at the